Matt Coronado tips into the attacking zone. Blake Coleman in front. He backhands it on net, sliding save. Vejmelka, and 2 stops as he dives back with the pad to hold off Coronado. Right to left, Schmaltz clears with a head of steam after back-to-back ridiculous saves from Vejmelka on Calgary's breakaway and rebound chance. In between the hash marks, right circle, Cooley, one touches to Doan. To Yamamoto, one-timer, scores! With a mouthful of blood after the dental work penalty, Kailer Yamamoto lifts Utah to a 3-0 lead on the power play. 3.5 to go in the first. His first goal in front of the home crowd. John Marino picks up for the hockey club and outlets left to right. Hits Sergachev, entering the neutral zone. Long feed hits Stenlund over the blue line. Right circle, shoot, scores! Far down and in, Kevin Stenlund has Utah up 3-0 on a snipe over the likely Vezina winner. It's a tie game as we roll back along at Delta Center. 1-1 your score, 5 minutes to go in the second period. Lawson Crouse beating Darcy Kemper top shelf to tie this one up. Kemper hugged the post and had just about 99% of the net covered, and Crouse found the 1% for his 11th goal of the year. Left circle draw coming up, Kings attacking zone. Top line out there for LA, Anze Kopitar, the longest tenured player in Kings history at game number 1,448. He's 4th in games played among active skaters. He's opposite Kevin Stenlund. They have something in common. Both have won a Stanley Cup. Stenlund last year with the Panthers, 2 for Kopitar, both with the Kings. Referee drops the puck. Stenlund wins this one to the end boards. Utah closes out left to right. Mikhail Sergachev lifting that one. A slow roller at the length of the ice. No icing as that one went just leisurely enough. Kings move back right to left. Andrei Kuzmenko leads to the far side boards, crosses behind the net, played out to Lawson Crouse near side corner for Utah. He tips it to the end boards, stapled in against the low glass behind cage. John Marino cuts the puck off for Utah and lifts out left to right. 4.5 to go in the second, tied up at 1-1. Sergachev rockets it behind the LA net. Joel Edmondson picks up, throws it right to Utah. Doan behind the net with it, pushes to Jack McBain, plays off the goal curtain, but taken back by Edmondson. Tipped out by Fiala. Anze Kopitar, penned in against the low boards at the far side blue line, tips it right over center for Crouse. High slot, drags and shoots off a skate. Rebound Kesselring, tries again, drags around net. Behind, Kesselring wraps it out to the left point. Back up top to Schmaltz, underneath his stick out to center ice. Keller resets, Mata resets for Utah. Yamamoto re-enters the attacking zone left to right, drives right in that, throws into the slot, intercepted by Alex Laferriere for the Kings. 3:45 to go in the second, 1-1 the score. Kings re-enter, Byfield high slot, shoots off a stick, deflected over the glass into the netting above. 3:40 to go in the second period, tied up 1-1. Let's check in with our True Fruit scoreboard squeeze. St. Louis Blues were leading the Penguins with a minute to go, but Rutger McGroarty, the rookie for the Pens, comes back with 25 seconds to force overtime. The Blues getting a taste of their own medicine after they did that to earn the win over the Red Wings 2 days ago. The Blues holding the last wild card spot, 9 points ahead of Utah. Left circle face-off coming up here. Byfield in on the draw for the Kings opposite Kevin Stenlund. Referee drops the puck. Stenlund wins this to the end boards for Durzi. He marches left to right through the neutral zone. Leads Alex Kerfoot, playing in his 600th NHL game. He drives it behind net. Kerfoot swings it to the far side hash mark, cut down by Doughty for the Kings. Still, Utah maintains control, pushed out to Durzi, but out of the attacking zone. Durzi chased it down, 3:20 to go in the second, tied up at 1-1. Tip behind the LA net. Doughty picks up. Mikey Anderson slides up the near side boards. Durzi cuts it down for Utah, chopped out to the blue line. And finally, the Kings exit. Left to right, rather right to left. Byfield enters the attacking zone, grabs it behind the net, around Vejmelka, turns it high slot. Fiala drags and misses, trying to shoot it. Kings stick with it. Downey on the pickup. Fires out to Anderson, right point. Slides it in front, but misses everyone in the area. Ricochet near side hash marks. It's Dowdy with it. Banks it behind the net. Chopped away by Ian Cole. Bjugstad picks up for Utah and outlets left to right. Limps it over the red line and dumps it behind the Kings net. 2:35 to go in the second. Tied up at 1-1 thanks to Lawson Krause's heat-seeking goal. Right to left move the Kings along the bench side boards. Tapped to the end boards by Warren Fogle. Vejmelka hops out of his crease to play it, and he shoots it up off the glass into the netting above. So we got another stop there. 2:20 to go in the second. 1-1 your score. Karel Vejmelka has been steady in his 19th consecutive start. There have been some awkward ones like the 8-0 loss to Tampa Bay, but over this stretch, he's had his best line of games of the season with a goals against average right around 2.0, save percentage at 90, and he just earned his 10th win in that stretch, playing every day since the second game back from the Four Nations break. Left circle draw, Kings attacking zone. Philip Deneau in on the draw for LA. He's opposite Nick Schmaltz for Utah. Referee drops the puck. And the Mountain Blue grabbed this one. Turned towards the end boards. Trevor Moore pokes it in front for the Kings. Turned out to the blue line. Schmaltz picks up for Utah with a head of steam. The Mountain Blue moving left to right. Schmaltz banks it to the far side hash marks in the attacking zone now. He's sat down on the end boards with a big hit from Fogle. Leads out right to left. Fogle back on his feet. Turns it behind the Utah net. Vejmelka hops out of his crease to play it, rings out up the near side glass, and again into the netting. Another stop there. 2 minutes to go in the second, tied up at 1-1. Trevor Lewis re-entering the ice. The hometown kid, although at 37 years old, not so much of a kid anymore. Lewis, the only Utah-born player currently in the NHL, and the first ever to play in an NHL game back home in the Beehive State. Lewis had the game winner when these teams last faced off in the first game back from the Four Nations break out in Los Angeles. Left circle face-off. Kings attack inside. Stenlund spears it to the end boards for Keller. He slaps at the length of the ice looking for Logan Cooley. He wins a foot race to the puck, but the referees call icing. Oh, Cooley was there before Mikey Anderson, but the zebra stripes call it back for the Kings. That's a rough one for a tired Utah defensive unit. Karel Vejmelka being peppered over the last few minutes. Still, Utah out shooting the Kings as a whole, 24-7 on the game. Left circle face-off again, Kings attacking zone. Kopitar opposite Stenlund. Referee drops the puck. Stenlund wins it again. Out to John Marino. Clears it to Logan Cooley, blistering left right into the neutral zone. Heads over the blue line. Sergachev shoots it on net. Glove save Kemper. Taps out to the near side circle. Kings sky it out to the blue line. Keller gloves it down. Turns it back left to right. Cooley dekes into the near side corner. Lifts it to Mata. Now Sergachev high slot drags it close. On the left side, he shoots. Glove save Kemper. He traps it. 1:25 to go in the second. Still tied up at 1-1. Sergachev on Sunday contributed with a goal and an assist in the win over Chicago. The hockey club needs a run here at the end of the regular season to make it into the playoffs, trailing both the St. Louis Blues and Minnesota Wild by 9 points. Although St. Louis headed to overtime with Pittsburgh, grabbing one extra one to jump ahead of the Wild, who lost last night in a shootout. Those are your two wild card teams. Left circle face-off. McBain in on the draw opposite Byfield. Byfield pushes it to the end boards, but Lawson Krause interjects. Thrown out to the blue line, right back at Byfield. He leads Fiala to the attack zone. Right circle, drags in front, backhanded on net. Diving stop Vejmelka. Rebound shot, and another save on the butterfly. Cleared out to the blue line. Vejmelka with back-to-back saves. Kings push it close on net. Vejmelka sticks it aside to the near side corner. Krause picks up, hammered against the low boards. Rung out to the far side point for Gavrikov. A minute to go in the second, tied up at 1-1. Cole rockets it out to the blue line. Gavrikov pushes it down again and cleared out left to right. Doan limps it to the center line and dumps it behind the LA net. Doan picks up at the left side end boards, turns it for Marino, near side hash marks, picked up by Fiala, lobs out to neutral ice, stick down by McBain with a high blade. So the high stick stops the clock at 42 seconds. But Karel Vejmelka with a couple highlight reel saves, holding back Fiala on the breakaway and then scooping up the rebound. Kevin Fiala, no joke when he gets in close. He's got 28 goals on the season. Neutral zone face-off. Vejmelka shown on the big board. He gets a round of applause. Puck is down, but referee says, let's do it again. Now they've got to reset the clock back 2 seconds. Now they're ready to go again. The Czech netminder getting his love from the crowd as Utah wins a neutral zone draw. Poked back by Bjugstad. Stenlund attacks in the near side corner. Bjugstad staples in against the low boards. 30 seconds to go in the second, tied up at 1-1. Pushed out near side circle, glove down by Fogel for the Kings, and he lofts it out to center ice. Sergachev chases it down and turns it back left to right for Utah. Leads Bjugstad into the attacking zone, but dropped off his skate offsides. Andre Torini, Utah's head coach, said these are playoff games essentially, and in the postseason, you play your starter game in, game out, and that's the way it's been with Vejmelka for the last 19 games. Neutral zone draw, won by Cooley for Utah. 10 seconds to go in the second, tied up at 1-1. Marino drives into the attacking area. He lifts it behind the LA net, and there's nobody home. Time expires on the second, and we lead, tied at 1-1. Utah still dominating the shots on goal game, 25-9. Lawson Crouse with the tying goal to even this up at 1 apiece. Don't go anywhere. In just a bit, we've got your Swig Soda second intermission report. We'll break down some key stats from the first 2 periods, check in with other important scores from around the NHL, and listen to some highlights from a physicality-heavy game. You're listening to Mountain Hockey on SCG Media.